Hello everyone! If we told you that somewhere in China a dog walks around the city on its hind legs, would you believe us? Or that you can use your friend's body as a snowboard? We wouldn't believe it either if we hadn't seen these videos. Watch this selection to the end, because there are many more surprises waiting for you. Let's get it on! This dog doesn't need a leash to walk, nor its front legs. We'd like to know how passers-by react to such an unusual sight. Maybe it can also hold on to the subway handrail? Instead of struggling with a cumbersome old ladder, this guy decided to make his own construction to paint his house with improvised means. What can we say? He's a genius. It looks incredibly practical. Turns out if you master a few tricks on the snowboard, you can avoid a visit to the barber. Okay, but seriously, when you watch this moment in slow motion, it makes you feel uneasy. Looks like the pilot doesn't like these aircraft technicians. Well, seriously, it's not his fault at all. Runway workers should know that being that close to the engine is not a good idea. We could watch French bulldogs skateboarding forever. The 90s called
Yo.
What's up?
What's up? What's up?
They say Tony Hawk is very happy. By the way, dogs of this breed can skillfully skate thanks to their anatomy. They have a very well-placed center of gravity. It's unlikely a Great Dane could perform this trick. A life hack for people who really want to support their friend or crush but are too busy to get on the phone and like everything they post. The main thing is to properly adjust the power of the gadget, otherwise you might break the screen. You probably imagine pole dancing differently, but electricians also need to relax somehow during a hard shift at work. Anyway, who says men can't pole dance? This is the 21st century. It's hard to believe that this video wasn't edited, but these images are real. The guy's simply amazing at what he does, and he handles the springs so fast that our eyes can't keep up. There's nothing more amusing at live concerts than seeing the poker faces of the guards next to the stage. Nothing is capable of provoking any emotion in them, but this girl did a great job of catching the attention of a security guard at the festival and setting up a real rave for the two of them. On some TV show about robbers, she would definitely be the person that distracts everyone. How to impress the spectators of an air show who are already a little tired of conventional fighter flights? Well, for instance, put on a show on the ground. Fire in the hole! For some reason, the uninhabited tropical islands from TV commercials are paradise on Earth. But if the cold doesn't scare you, you can hop in a kayak, grab your camera, and take a ride among Iceland's icebergs. This view takes your breath away even through the screen. Now imagine it in real life. Wow, aren't they hot out there? A river of lava is, of course, an amazing sight, but being this close is probably like visiting a red-hot sauna. But the molten stream looks even more epic at night. If you don't look too closely, you might think it's a big city in the distance. Normally, this kind of footage is only seen in James Bond movies, but in real life, a helicopter can also pass over your car. Also, landing right on the road is legal in many US states, especially in case of emergency. Surfing on a river sounds completely wrong. Where can you find a river to surf on? But there is a solution. We're not talking about wake surfing, because you need a powerful motorboat for that. There are actually special constructions that are mounted across the width of the river to be able to surf. This guy probably studied very closely the anatomy of birds and other animals, and then decided to make this contraption to be able to climb even the tallest poles in a couple of minutes. Even Wolverine would envy these claws. This is what happens when you really want to ride aboard with your friend and the snowboard rental is closed. We wonder if the brakes on this means of transport are manual. Who said swings are for kids? You probably think that because you haven't seen this one. Check out this ride that recently opened in China. It's a huge structure right on a 320-meter high cliff hanging over an abyss. Just looking at this place is scary. You can only get on that swing if you are over 16 years old. However, visitors over the age of 45 will have to give up on that idea, as their heart may not be able to handle the adrenaline rush. In addition, people who weigh more than 90 kilos are not allowed on the swing. That's how strict the rules are at this place. If you find regular golf boring, check out disc golf. It's awesome. In this sport, players throw a special disc towards the basket, trying to cover the distance between different targets as fast as possible. And this guy looks like a real pro. Just look how he hit the target. This could have been a great start for a cartoon: a puppy, a parrot, and a group of chicks going on a trip together. But it's actually a regular video someone made in China, although we don't know under what circumstances it was filmed. If you practice a little, handstands aren't too difficult, especially when you have a wall to back you up. But how about doing something like this? We can hear your heart beating faster from over here. When these two friends from Brazil went rafting on the Amazon, they didn't expect to meet a hitchhiker along the way. The unfortunate monkey accidentally ended up alone in the middle of the river and had to be rescued. Well, the friends knew what to do and carried the poor animal to the nearest piece of land. The monkey could barely wait to get back to land and luckily returned home safe and sound.
Olha ele lá, ó. Olha lá, meu amigo. Aê! Aê, meu amigo, tá salvo.
It's clear that this bull had some survival training in the wild. Not any animal could perform these fitness tricks. You might think that the insect didn't taste so good and that's why the frog spit it out in disgust right away. But that's probably not the case. Some bugs, in case of emergency, inject a toxin into their enemy's mouth, forcing them to spit out their lunch. And the strategy works flawlessly. Raise your hand if you ever fell off while trying to climb on your bike.
Goalpost!
This guy would have laughed in your face. He has such good coordination that he manages not to lose his balance, even when he gets on this unusual bike. We don't know why he would go to all that trouble, but it's obvious that the view on such a bike is much cooler. You'd probably feel like you're the king of the world. Have you ever seen street performers posing as living statues? Honestly, these guys look like magicians or superheroes. But behind their skill, there are different tricks, like hidden metal frames and support constructions. But who cares if it looks so real?